Money will come into your life and it will leave. This is a relationship often expressed by your income and expenses, or the thin line between production and consumption. Money enters your life because you have produced some sort of value, which is mostly labor. For most of us, this is a job. And money leaves when you consume something: a car, a DSTV subscription, a house, or clothes. But the bigger question is, what is your relationship with money? Does it enter your life and immediately leave? What's the state of the production-consumption relationship in your life? From all the money that has entered your life, how much of that do you have saved up or invested in some kind of asset? And if you look at your financial situation today, which side of the relationship do you think needs to be improved? The production side or consumption side? In most cases, it's both. For most of us, the biggest issue lies in our consumption, because despite a lot of Zambians having a well-paying job, most of them still live paycheck to paycheck or have debt, which tells us that production means nothing when you have a problem with consumption. And the fact of the matter is, we don't have much control over making more money, because in most cases, our employers decide what we get paid, but we do have control over how we spend our money. Most Zambians, just like the rest of the world, are living in a rat race, which is constantly being one paycheck away from being broke. Most people often associate the rat race to having a 9 to 5, which is not entirely true, because there are people that love their job, and some people use their job as fuel to reach their financial freedom. Not understanding the rat race makes people hate their jobs or forces them into making unrealistic investments, which lead them to being scammed and losing their savings. Think of the real rat race as borrowing money for you to survive the rest of the month, only to repay the debt with your salary. Then you have to borrow again to survive the next month, which puts you in a cycle. The rat race is living on a financial edge, which means your relationship with money is, when it enters your life, it immediately disappears. And the more responsibilities you have, the more dangerous this relationship becomes. The loss of a job, a medical emergency, or any other life emergency that requires money puts you in a very tight position. So, what is the solution to fixing this problem? First, track your expenses. Knowing where your money goes is the first step to fix this relationship. Write down your expenses, which are usually categorized as housing, food, transportation, entertainment, and so on. It's about understanding yourself as a consumer and separating your needs from your wants. Second, take control of your finances. This involves the idea of budgeting, deciding each month how much you are going to spend on each of these categories, and sticking with it. Systematically looking at what you really need and what you don't need, which means you have to live below your means, enabling you to save some money, invest, or pay off debt. Tracking expenses is a crucial part of making a solid budget. And with the Calculator app, you can easily track where your money is going. You can do this by categorizing all your expenses and recording both your income and every expense you make. Budgeting becomes very easy. Calculator app is specifically designed for Zambians, so you navigate your finances in Kwacha. Visit www.calculator.com today, or download the app on the App Store and Play Store, or click the link in our bio to get it. Before you invest, it's important to build an emergency fund first. An emergency fund is basically money you put aside for emergencies, in the case of you losing your job or a medical emergency. This fund should be able to cover 3 to 6 months of your expenses. Once your emergency fund is set, you can now start saving in high interest accounts, paying debts, or putting your money to work by investing in stocks, bonds, or even starting your own business. By making simple changes in your consumption, you can change your financial situation. So next time, before you make that purchase, make sure it's really worth it. Thank you for watching. Make sure you give us a follow so you don't miss a video.